everything.
Bumping and banging.
Big Boy's
Big
Neighborhood.
Boy.
All righty, man. We got the game up in here, man. What's going down? First off, I got to say, congratulations on the documentary.
Yeah,
And especially with A&E, because they know how to do documentaries the right way.
Right.
Now, the documentary that we're talking about, man, is Streets of Compton.
Yeah.
And one of the cats that could pull off the Streets of Compton is Game. How did that come together?
Me and Wack sat down and we talked about doing a documentary, based on, the real Compton. And that's not to, take shots at, the Straight Outta Compton movie or anything Compton that anybody else has done. All of that was, the movie was fantastic and everybody do their thing. But, I felt like there were stories and there were things about Compton that, the world didn't know. You know, like
especially
some people
on the ground, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, we went through every hood in Compton, places that, A&E couldn't go, you know what I'm saying, without Game and Wack. And so they were delighted some days, and some days, they wish that they, would have did a documentary
At any
on.
moment, did they say, well, can y'all just take the cameras and bring the footage back?
Hey, you know what? Hey, a lot of times, there was some times where, Wack had to be the cameraman, and then, a few, some fights and some guns got drawn, and
damn,
people disappeared.
Did anybody trip Game that y'all did bring cameras in, or was it because Wack and Game came in that it was okay?
Nah, it was all love. It, just because I've always kept myself grassrooted to the city.
Yeah,
and,
man.
And I play the politics right.
Yeah, you one of them cats when you come back, it's not like, oh, look who here.
Nah, it ain't. But
you look different.
But you know what's crazy is that about 90% of the cats that's from Compton that make it out, when they go back, it ain't all good.
Right.
And, we ain't, got to say no names. Like, they know who they are. All they got to do is get off on Rosecrans, make a left, and see.
Go ahead now.
Damn.
Now, when you actually walk, because Fuzz told me, I peeped it out tonight, but Fuzz told me, he was like, man, like, they banging in there a lot too, though. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, you also kind of go through the history of cats that did, like Game, come through Compton, and we know their names.
Yeah.
Who do we profile in?
Everybody from NWA, of course.
Right.
Venus.
Do you feel like sometimes, and we love NWA, but do you feel like sometimes, even when you're sitting down with A&E, like that's the first go-to that they think of? Like,
I think that when people mention Compton, NWA is
right,
like
which
first.
And they should be.
Yeah, but even before me, before NWA, there was still Compton. It just wasn't, how we knew it to be. So we touched bases on when Compton was an all-white suburb, which a lot of people don't know. It wasn't no African Americans in Compton, period. It wasn't no Spanish either. And we show, parts of the documentary where you can see on like Piru Street about 14 U-Hauls on one day when they start letting black people buy houses. All the white people moved out on one day.
Damn.
So,
hey, man, I stayed on 90th in Vermont. We had only one white man left by the name of David. And he stayed until he passed. But other than that, cats was like,
really?
All right, we out of here.
So how did he got shot in the drive-by or he just passed away?
But, no, he passed away.
Okay.
Man. Yeah, and people knew people knew his history too, and he was untouchable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then younger cats got in and they touched him.
I thought he went out like a G.
No. They did touch him though, man. But it was like some youngsters that got him. Though.
Yeah,
You know
I thought Dave was from East Coast or something.
No. He probably he was the one that stayed. So in the documentary, you do see when cats kind of like the transformation.
Yeah, and there is a few, Davids in the documentary, people that try to hold it down. I don't think they stayed as long as David, but they tried to really hold it down. And after a while, man, I guess it just got too bad and they moved out. Another thing we touched on was like the upcoming of Venus and Serena, which a lot of people don't even know that they from Compton. Of course, we all know, but a lot of people don't know what Richard Williams, that their pops went through just to get the courts cleaned up so they can hit the balls. And I mean, he was out there taking fades with gangsters and, just trying to, fight so just his daughters could play tennis, man. Wow. So it's a lot of things that this documentary touches on. And after watching it, for me, I'm just proud that we were able to pull it off, number one. Number two, that it ain't whack and it's amazing. And number three, like you said, A&E, they did an amazing job, man.
Now, it's a 3-part series, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever felt like once you started, like it was there's still a whole lot more. Like, man, we could have did a whole season.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? After we watched it yesterday, I was like, boy, we could have turned this into a little old people versus OJ.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you watched it tonight?
They're showing 2
How
parts
much
tonight.
do you let them into your life, gang?
You know what's crazy is that my mom, my grandma, and my family was in, at the screening, and there's certain parts of the documentary that I didn't know was in there. Because when they talked to my mom, of course, I ain't pull up. I thought my mom was going to, hold it down. I told her, don't be saying certain stuff when you talk to these people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And so mom, she went, and she just did the opposite. And then they went and found my pops, which is crazy because his side of the story, and he told it, he kept it 100. And, after still, I really didn't, I don't know, man. I felt kind of bad for him. And then I felt, a little, like we owed each other apologies. And my mom said after watching that,
you hadn't seen your pops in editing or anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I didn't even know my dad was on the DVD.
Oh,
so it got to a moment where it was a little awkward for me because I'm in there with 200 people watching this movie, and then my dad just starts talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And, man. And so I felt like.
Can we touch upon what he spoke about just a little bit? Because I want it to be natural tonight, the way that you saw it, the way that Fuzz saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can do it, man. So, basically, he touched on this one incident that sort of ruined my family. So my family was really close knit, and I'm talking about for an African American family in one of the toughest cities in the world, being close knit, eating dinner every night together, going to Disneyland in the station wagon, and just being a family. My dad never had alcohol, never did drugs, neither did my mom until my Uncle Greg got stabbed when he got out of jail. And once he died, my dad tried PCP, and then my family was gone from that.
One
from
too
that
many,
moment.
1,000 not enough.
It was crazy, man.
Damn.
And so one night he came home, and my sister was in my mom's bed because she liked to sleep, in my mom's bed. And my dad was off PCP, thought it was my mom, and then the rest you'll see on the documentary.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And he talks about that? He
talks about it.
Man, when you're watching that game, do you think like, man, we peeled off a lot of layers here?
When me and Fuzz probably, feel the same way about it. When we were sitting there, the whole theater was quiet for 2 hours, and everybody was locked in, and that let me know that it wasn't garbage. Because whenever you do something and your name is attached to it, the number one thing you do not want it to be is whack. You know what I'm saying? If people are into a movie or into a documentary, then you did your service.
And when they hanging on to what's going down too. Now, being a cat that always put Compton on the map, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't one of those where all of a sudden you came from Compton, you know what I'm saying? You didn't try to run from Compton. When you do a documentary like this, how many cats, like how much Compton can you include before you sit down and say, man, either I forgot or it is a show where they were probably like, oh, well, let's just keep it kind of on this.
Right.
Who did you not forget? Is there anyone that you like, man, we didn't touch on this person?
I felt like we didn't touch enough on maybe Toddy T and like the super early when I was 7 rappers. I think we went straight into NWA.
Right, I hear you. See,
we cut off. We touched on the World Class Wrecking Crew,
right?
Which was early enough. We touched on Skateland.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't just about NWA. It was about like when Skateland was popping. And we got Alonzo in there. And one of my favorite parts of the documentary that we touched on. It's all good when people represent LA and they represent Compton or the surrounding cities, and they talk about Crips or Bloods and African Americans. But we got to touch on like the Mexicans and essays, and we use Paul Rodriguez to be the voice for that. And a lot of people just know him for being a comedian, but ain't know that he was really, really, really smashing in Compton, man. So
Damn.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Game, man. You one of them cat. And plus, man, oh, Lord have mercy. Are you playing in the BET Celebrity Basketball game this year?
Yeah.
Well, coach yourself.
Yeah.
like you did last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Game was out there. I'm like, Game, come on. I'm not coming out. All right, stay in there.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, get out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Game, are you uncoachable?
I think I'm uncoachable.
I want you on my team again, though, because you put it up and you body catch, too. And plus, you got a little more swole since last year,
had
too.
us on our team was weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it out there. know what I'm saying? You looked over at Chris Brown's team, it was like Chris Brown.
Oh, I'm stacking my team this year.
And all of these dudes that play and one. And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
And then it was like me and Floyd Mayweather and Big Boy.
And the girls from Fifth Harmony.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, man.
They're like breaking out into dance.
It was like me, Big Boy, Floyd, and Glee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm telling you, Game, and I need you to help me smash this year.
Yeah.
We pulling everybody. We changing jerseys and everything, though.
Yeah, we got to do it,
We stacking
man.
the team because I lost last year. I can't lose in Los Angeles.
I'm not losing again. And, last year I was a little hurt. I'm 100 this time.
Yes, hell, you look 100.
Yeah, I'm a little bigger. And, I'm going to play that post this time. We ain't having the Snoop Dogg and the Chris Brown. And
yeah, man.
We coming.
Yeah, I got to definitely stack my team.
Yeah, I had a 45-minute conversation with Snoop just about the BT game.
Right.
he was like, hey, cuz, slow down, cuz. It ain't even here. I said, yeah, homie, it's going, hey, cuz, slow down.
Yeah, it's a vengeance right now.
Yeah, it's going down.
It's definitely a vengeance this year, bro.
Yeah.
Believe that. And if we don't win, we going to win.
No, we gonna win. We gonna win. Hey, it's Bill Cosby. We either we gonna win or we gonna win.
Yeah, either way, we gonna win. So for anybody that's not on our team, best believe,
Exactly.
And I don't know if it's gonna be Sprite and green and white this year or whatever.
Yeah.
But come with a red rag on your face, game. I want you to bring everybody that you had in the documentary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Streets of Compton.
Big.
I want you to bring everybody, bro.
Let me get
the
a piece
dude
of
with the
information.
respect shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Bring blood down. Bring everybody.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something real quick though, Big. I'm out on bail and I ain't supposed to be around, 100 feet and from any gang member.
Well, we'll give them some tickets where we'll see if they 100
Nosebleed.
feet.
Yeah, we're gonna bring a tape measure.
So game, but when was the last time you did get in trouble? Because at one point, it's like, what do? You wait for probation to clear, then you get another one, or
you know what? That was my strategy for like the first 6 years of my career.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, so the reason I'm not in jail now because I waited for probation and I messed up again. I think I'm done getting in trouble because the DA now, he don't like me, man. And they offered me 5 years in jail.
For what? But let's not even bring up the cases and stuff.
Yeah, don't bring it up, man.
Yeah.
It makes it gets me a little sad.
Right, I don't want you sad, bro.
Yeah, you know what? So here I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Alive. And,
He's here.
Yeah.
Game,
So
what has changed in the last 5-10 years now?
last 5 or 10 years, with me, I think the kids are growing a little bit. They getting taller. That's about it, man.
Man. How old is Harlem now?
13, man.
That's crazy,
Wow.
bro. And for those, man, we grew up with that little dude.
Yeah.
How's his basketball skills right now?
He is the number 3 two-guard in California.
How tall is he?
He's 5'10".
Damn.
No, he's not, gang.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you, man. And don't do this because I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting something dishonest on you or your son, especially your son, because we got to take care of the babies. But you know how cats want to say, oh, man, we won game in like Germany.
Yeah.
And then another offer pop up in like Tokyo. Put a little LA on his face. With the LA with the star,
Let him go
send
do
his
the
ass
pimp. There
because
you go.
y'all look, man, they ain't, if you weren't, and for those out there, man, game, I don't care, you a great father.
Yeah.
I see it.
That's why I was late today, man. I had to stop by and see my kids, on the
I
way.
highly doubt that. I think you're just late.
I think,
But we all know how to use our kids or church or, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
funerals and all that.
Yeah.
We got certain things that we use. But people that know game know what kind of father you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about to cutting hair and braiding hair and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I see like on your social media, somebody hit you up about kissing your princess.
Right.
And man, you went in on her.
Yeah, I went all the way.
Yeah.
All the way left. Man.
Yeah, I went all the way left.
Here's the thing, man, is that number one, don't talk to me about my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I take care of them. I created them. I'm there for them every single day of their lives. Me and my kids and how I parent is not a conversation that I want to have with anyone. There's nothing that you can tell me about my children because as far as being a father, I don't lack in anything fatherhood, period. So whenever someone brings up my kid, it's like, or any of my kids, I'm going all the way in.
Yeah, man. And there was a caption that said, "Stop kissing her on the mouth. Where the hell your mouth been?"
Oh, see, that's whack, dude.
Dude,
Yeah, that's whack, bro.
How do you and I don't know what age I'm supposed to stop kissing my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't. I don't see that stopping. I don't see no cutoff period where I'm
man.
supposed to, and then I'm supposed to get your permission.
Right.
Like you crazy as hell.
Yeah, my mom, my grandma, the older women in my family, my aunts, they still come through and, kiss you on the mouth
Yeah,
real quick.
man.
And think like that. You just don't go there unless unless you're a sick person or something like that. But I mean, it's just weird, man. But that's it's normal for me in my household.
I heard that, man. You didn't. I don't want to put her name out there, but boy, you didn't hold your fingers or your tongue at all, huh? Believe that. Yeah,
I don't like that people think they can just say whatever they want because they're behind a screen or behind a computer. Like it does not. That just because it's a public page does not give you the right to say whatever you want.
Sometimes you can't ignore some of your stuff though.
I try not to ignore anything.
Yeah. And you know what I love about you? Sometimes you be putting commas and semicolons and you know what I'm saying?
Hold up, I got more to say.
Yeah, like and it look like, man, this is like it looked like a final turn paper the way this
It's a novel.
Sometimes I catch myself just scrolling through, and then when it's it's nothing there for me to comment on, I get mad.
Right. Okay. So you encourage sometimes.
Hey, bring
like, man, give me something to say.
You know what? It's a stress reliever for me.
A game in here, the Atari ambassador. What the hell?
What's going on, man? Atari?
Yeah.
Hey, man, so it's crazy how that happened. We all grew up on Atari.
Yes.
Us, the younger people in the room might not know, younger people out there listening. Atari is like the first Xbox or PlayStation, if you will, for people who don't know. Some guy bought the company for like $160 million or something like that. And he wanted to give me, a percentage and action and shares and, wanted me to be the ambassador. And, of course, I jumped in and we got our first game coming out, which is Block Wars, which is a mobile game. And it's.
And what is Block? I don't think you need to explain Block Wars.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger got this game called Mobile Strike. So it's sort of the gameplay is sort of in that realm, but not really. It's a little bit more hood and a little bit more gangster. And it's just like basically, Big know, you Fuzz know, everybody in this room might know. It's just like setting up your block. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch. You gotta watch for the competition.
The trap house.
You gotta make sure you put homies outside and the
smokers
back.
walking through like, man.
Right. Like if you setting up your trap, right, and you put some homies to guard the front and you forget about the back door, some cats gonna run in the back.
This ain't in the game.
It's in the game.
I love it, bro.
And you don't get to just start off with, a bunch of.
You gotta build up.
You gotta start. No, you start from like a sack from the homie.
That's dope.
It's like The Sims.
No, it's
gotta build.
It is like it's like The Sims.
Put it in the hood.
It's like The Sims, but with dope. But it's just a game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey man, now is there a new console for Atari?
No, they're not doing consoles anymore.
Mobile?
Just focusing
straight
on
for your phone.
Lifestyle.
Okay.
Lifestyle and mobile apps. So that's where they're going.
Dope.
And if you let me tell you.
Yeah.
Lifestyle, which is, clothing and branding and stuff like that. And let me tell you about a game like Mobile Strike, which we about to kill. Mobile Strike makes about $100 million a day.
A day?
A day.
Commercials are fierce too.
Damn.
Man, I'm so
A day.
glad we got this Atari thing coming up.
Yeah.
Did you say
Telling
we?
you, bro, we gotta jump.
We gonna be all right.
And you can't go wrong with that. And
Yeah.
especially if you got game doing Block Wars and the people that you can come to, oh man.
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
So-
make sure you keep coming back and saying hello to us.
Yeah, so the first version, just to touch on Block Wars and get out of here.
When does it come out?
It comes out July.
So okay.
It's on its
cool.
way. So
Samsung wants it. It might be September.
so we got
Samsung one. They want to put it in the man. We gonna wait on Samsung. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Samsung ain't got no money. You know they do.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hell yeah,
Hey,
Damn.
man,
I ain't mad at that.
Samsung trying to give us $10 million to just hold it a month. Just they want to hold on
Well,
to
let's
it.
just hold it, man.
We gonna hold it.
Just
Samsung.
hold it.
Wack, what's happening? Are we going now or let's?
Man, call her.
Yeah.
I
You
can
need me to
hold it
sign
till
anywhere?
September.
Meeting up here?
Yeah.
We'll clean
Hey,
up.
and so what we doing, in extension, like once Block Wars hit and it does, it's successful, which it will be, because it's already formatted and, predicted to be like one of the dopest games,
That's
no
dope.
gas, because Atari has that engine. And, what is going to happen is like, so Block Wars 2 will be an extension and, we'll pull in like another celebrity. You'll be able to like go to Miami and set up in Dade County, you know what I'm saying, and get advice from Ross. So you'll go to New York and, you know what I'm saying, French Montana. So we're going to get into those
Let's not
later
start
on.
naming names and giving stuff away till we
Yeah.
actually sit down
Well,
like
we ain't
us
giving
board
nothing
members.
away.
Yeah, just us on the board.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how we want to, divvy it up and
Got
everything,
it.
man. So those names, that was just for rehearsal purposes only.
That's it. That's it.
When that was just for
Yeah.
rehearsal purposes only.
We're going to
So,
keep the money in-house.
yeah, once we all sit down as the board on our Atari ambassador
The
deal,
bar.
then we get it together. Yeah, y'all stick around y'all radios, man. you got the CEOs up in here.
Hey.
Big boy.
Big
Oh, and
boy.
Game is here too.
Yeah.
Y'all stick around your
Game
radio.
Boy.
Game Boy. Hello. Y'all stick around
Why
your
ain't
radio.
nobody
Big
say
Boy's
game?
neighborhood.
Game boy.
Man, this dude, we just off here
Good
just
gosh,
talking about
bro.
what's going down with the game empire.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
mogul,
saying?
man.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that
Bruh.
I brought you in the game, and you know what I'm saying. All the stuff I did early on in
man.
your career. You know what I'm saying, when you was talking about getting out and
Didn't he give
going
you a
to be-
mixtape one time?
Don't bring that up.
Reminding.
Yeah, don't bring
Did
that
you?
up. No, man. Yeah.
Like when he,
101 in Western.
But that didn't
Oh, yeah?
that didn't help. But you know what? My not doing anything with that mixtape,
Yeah,
that's why you're here today, brother.
that is.
You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? You could have been on the defunct Big Boy records or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I could have been anything.
Yeah.
But not who I am.
Exactly.
That's true, bro.
And now you fast forward, here we are.
He
know
put
what
you
I'm
in the
saying?
right path.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man.
Remember I told you, I said, hey man, you don't want to mess with me.
Yeah.
I said, go out and find somebody else.
Is
You
that
was
what
like, you
happened?
was like, no, big, I wanna be on your situation. I wanna be on, and I was like, no, man, go to
did.
New York and come back to here.
Yeah. And he even said thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just letting it be known,
Oh,
man.
man, that's
Now, let
crazy.
me ask you this, man. We just recently lost Prince. And on TMZ, and I peeped this out, you were gonna do a song with Prince.
Yeah.
How in the hell did that happen? And then you got to tell us what happened.
Jimmy Iovine, and this was right after Hate It or Love It was like number one on the Billboard. Jimmy Iovine and Doug Morris put me in they held a meeting. They flew me all the way to New York just to meet Prince, and they were talking about him doing a song with me.
Mhm.
And I had this song, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up being My Life. And so we were doing, My Life had the lyrics on it, and Wayne wasn't on it yet. It was me doing the hook. And so we were talking about, getting Prince on the hook of My Life. And he was down with it. He was like, oh, game, yeah, Hate It, Love It. I love that tune. I'm down with it.
Yeah, and it's a trip about Prince. Prince was in tune with a lot that people didn't
Right.
know he was
Really?
listening to.
Exactly. And so we played the song for him, and he was into it. And my first curse word came on, and he got up and left.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know
What do you
why?
mean?
Or were you like, what, were you confused?
Oh,
or?
no. He left. And
Like you kind of figured out why. Huh?
Once the
Okay.
song went off, he came back in, and he was like, I can't put myself, in that, and I was just like, in what? And he was like, you said I think a mother effer or something, and he was just, I can't do it. I can't do the song if you're not gonna take that off. And me at that time, I was, bald head, looking like the black essay. I was like, yeah, I can't do that for you, Prince. And yeah,
You told
and
Prince
it
no.
and it got a little whip. Prince told me no first.
Right.
true.
And,
Don't bang on Natalia. Damn, gang,
Oh,
calm
nah,
down.
nah, nah, all right,
Prince told me go first.
Nah, but so, but at the end of the day, it was a cool experience, man. I almost got Prince on the song. I almost got Michael Jackson on the
But
song.
he
too.
said he walked out.
Yeah, he walked out. And then you know what? I was watching, I think, The View one day. And I think Sherry or Cherie, what's her name?
Is it
Sherry
Shepherd?
Shepherd?
Hey, yo, she like said something about like having sex with Prince, and he walked off. I said,
That's it.
yeah, that's what he does.
That's
I
it.
didn't feel so bad.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
So it definitely wasn't me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
heard
If you've
that.
seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
I
So,
remember,
yeah,
man,
but
I
yeah.
had an interview with him. And Prince was always good with me. You know what I'm saying? I had dinner at the house, all that. We asked him about, how he really played basketball in his boots and everything.
Right.
So we doing it, we talking about it. He answers everything. And then he was like, all right, bye. Prince, my man hung up. I thought he was, man, I'm still, and we live on the air, like, yeah, man. So Prince, let me bye, big boy.
What? Why?
Done.
He was done.
Because he's Prince.
He was,
Hey,
yeah,
yo,
he was
hey,
done with
let me
the
tell you, when
conversation.
Prince was done, he was done. Man.
Yeah, he was
That's
done. He
hilarious.
was done
Yeah.
with the conversation.
He played
Yeah.
basketball at his heels, he said?
Yeah, man.
Get outta here,
yeah,
bro.
Because
Get out of here.
Dave Chappelle did it on his show. So I asked him about it. And they was like, no, Prince really plays basketball. They said,
In
he
the
thought he
hills.
was good, but he played in the hills.
Go ahead,
And so I
dog.
asked him about it, and he was, pretty
He
much.
had the
That's how you
illest
get
scuff
down.
marks on the court ever.
You're not even supposed to wear dress shoes on the
What?
court.
Come
Like, man,
on.
he like, this is my court.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Man,
I wonder if after the Prince hit a jumper, he was like, bye.
Y'all take that one. Game, we were talking about this also, man. The afterlife of Kobe Bryant. And you came out on TMZ and you were like, man, Kobe shouldn't do inside the NBA.
Right.
Why?
I think that, that's Kobe, man. I like seeing Kobe on the commercials. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like he's like an icon. I don't want to see him I don't want to see him after the game sitting there with the thing on his head talking about like that's Kobe. Like you can't be an analyst. That's for like
Did you go to the last game?
Nah, but
Were
I
you in
watched.
town?
Nah, I was in town. I rented out a big room at Dave & Buster's, had like 100 people and some food.
I remember you didn't invite us to that.
Yeah. Because you was at the game.
Whoa. That's not why.
Because you didn't invite me. And you didn't invite me.
We got our tickets at the last minute.
And like I said, I'm
do
late.
Dave & Buster.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm late because I went and saw my kids. That Yeah.
No.
like that.
Remember we got our tickets at the last minute.
Who's we? Who you including?
Me and Fuzz.
Oh, you went Fuzz. You had a plus one.
Yeah, exactly. But to get Dave & Buster's and get the big room, you don't just call at 4 o'clock and get it at 5.
That's called booking ahead of time.
You had invites.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
And we weren't invited.
I knew you was going to the game.
No,
he didn't even know he was going to the game.
How? He didn't even know.
We find out about game stuff after. We were like, man, you go to games pool party? Like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tyrese
man,
invites us to everything.
Yeah, Tyrese
man.
invites us to everything.
I got to start
man.
inviting y'all.
Yeah, put us on
We've been talking about this for years. Game, you ain't.
I'm looking around for my people.
Help you whatsoever. I'm sorry.
When you going to invite us, man? Because I hear stuff be like, man,
Yeah.
Your game had an all-star celebrity basketball game right at his house. You still got the crib over there?
I got the crib over there.
This
I'm
dude got
it.
a damn basketball court, and people are lucky if they got a rim.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
This dude
got
got
a
a
full court?
basketball court
2 sides. Both sides.
at
Full
the
court.
crib, like in the front yard though.
Actual size.
Yeah, and
Like-
then
like,
and I
yeah,
don't want to
Staples Center
I don't want to
size.
blow
Damn.
I don't want to blow your house up too much, but this dude got a what would you say? You know when you go buy expensive cars or something?
Yeah.
He has a showroom
Oh, yeah.
that's built off the house. It's the same crib.
It's the same crib.
Built off
Like
the.
with
It's
glass?
not even. Yes.
Oh, you playing?
the whips.
No, that's what I mean. It's a showroom with glass, and I don't know how the cars get in there. You know how you go to a showroom?
Oh, yeah.
The car is
And you're
there.
like, man, how they get these cars in here?
Yeah.
You know, and then there's ones for the cars, and then there's others for like motorcycles, and then you come
That's
over
dope.
here, then his kids that don't even have licenses, they got their Bentleys and all this stuff over here. Like, it's like I told my wife and my kids, I was like, man, get out of here, come on.
Get out of here, man.
Man, the
And
garage
then
is
we
a
walking
showroom.
around, and the property never end.
Yeah, nah, man.
He like, yeah, all that down there is me. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna stand up here and look at that thing.
Whatever
Like,
the light touches.
yeah, and
belongs
then
to
you
me.
go into the gym. The gym, I'm waiting for some receptionist to come and see if I got a membership. Like, you know,
Hey,
people
I got
at
a
the
nice
crib,
gym, man.
people at the crib,
nice?
listen,
it's
Fuzz.
nice,
People at the
man.
crib, they got a weight room or probably some weights in the backyard. And you know,
Yeah.
you from
In
the
the
company,
backyard,
you had some
rusted
weights in
out.
the you got to put on
Gosh.
gloves because it's all rusty because
Nah,
it rained
it's a full
outside.
gym, man. We got
I'm
four.
talking about like rubber mats on the
four
floor.
Rubber mats, 4 ellipticals. You know what I'm saying? We got the treadmills. We got
Oh.
2
That's
weight
why
benches.
he looked like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
bro.
can't have this at the house and look like me.
I
They
got to
be like,
bring
man,
you
what
back.
you?
I just put a shoe room in there, man.
I don't want to see that.
What's a showroom?
How many shoes?
It's probably like 5,000 shoes. What? It's dope, man.
5,000 pair.
So
Or
like
either
5,000
way,
pairs.
it's
So it's
wrong.
like a retail store.
Yeah, it's
It's like a retail warehouse.
it's
I guess.
exactly like a dope shoe store. Yeah.
Do you feel bad when you don't wear a pair of shoes and like you come back to 3 years, you're like, oh, I forgot about that.
Nah, I just collect them, man. And you know, I
Okay.
had a homie. So I got a little. So we got. I call it like the trading center in the middle. I got like 2 couches that face each other, and you can, with a big dope a glass coffee table in the middle.
Yeah.
And we like negotiate.
Definitely
you know what I'm
not
saying?
going back over there.
And I just
bro.
built 2 pools that'll be done by Harlem birthday. Bring Jalen.
I'm
over
not
the
going
kids.
over there.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Yeah, because I went to Drake house and his pool was kind of his pool was kind of doing something.
Like, man, what the hell?
And so I felt
Hey,
like
man, it's
Popping.
crazy how it
said
used to be
pool?
battle of like the BMX bikes or who had alloy
Yeah.
rims or, you know what I'm saying? I got a primer car. Now cats are like, man, who
it's a
pool
pool
bigger?
battle, and Kanye is like doing something with his pool because
Yeah, he switched his pool back. He
switched it up.
switched his pool up.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Really?
Yeah, man.
Them
And I
legs
went
is
in.
real,
I
huh?
went in Gaines' crib. He had like iPads stuck to the wall, and
Oh, in the kids' rooms.
yeah, I'm like,
They
man.
might have to do their homework, man. Just the iPad there. Take
Yeah,
it
but
off
like
the
a
wall
charging unit. I'm in here like, man, I'm looking around like, okay, I can't get
took the
this.
charger, huh?
Yeah.
And, yeah, now the charger on the wall. It's dope.
Yeah. So that it was cool.
Richie
Go
did
ahead,
it.
man.
Yeah. But yeah, he did it for you. I found out on the real. I found out what it cost. And I was like, I'm cool. I just hold the iPad and plug it into the wall.
Yeah.
How's the undies and charity thing that I was reading a little bit about? How's that going?
So I got some underwear coming out, and every pair we donate, to a charity, not my charity, but a charity, like different charities. And there's 3 different versions. There's a black pair, a green pair, and a white pair, sort of like Robin Hood colors. But it's dope. It's Ethica. The brand is Ethica. I wore some Ethicas on accident when I ran out of polos one day and took a selfie, and the women went crazy.
They did.
And after that, man,
The company got in touch with you?
The sales rose by like 100% after that.
Let me tell you what's crazy about that. And people, big is joking. Now, I won't even say the underwear because I'm not endorsed by them.
Right.
But I put up a picture of me in my underwear.
Mm-hmm.
And the company hit me and asked me, please don't take another picture
No.
in their underwear.
Wow.
They was like, dude,
No.
Art Stark went down 100%.
Yeah.
And they was like, who do you think you are, Game?
We just filed.
Yeah. They're like, now we bankrupt. Thank you, Big.
And can you get the Game to wear some of our underwear?
Yeah. Bieber did some, recently. They try to, I'm seeing the memes. It's like me and Bieber.
I don't want to be mean, but
Yeah.
he couldn't really compete with what you were putting up. So
I mean, here
Can't
from the
compete with us.
I didn't say it. Can't compete with us. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you put the picture out and then a deal comes.
I got a
like
deal,
that.
man. Another $1 million
Hey man,
deal. Here we
social
go.
media and just
Damn.
everything is crazy
Yeah,
right
man.
now.
It's-
I remember
it's-
one time, dude, you had a international phone bill, and you got upset about how much the phone bill was.
It was crazy. And I
And
went
you
at
sent-
T-Mobile.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and then they didn't they take like the phone bill back
They
or
took the
something?
phone bill back, and they gave me 2 years free service. Yeah, that's I still got the joint. I'm still going.
I ain't mad
Somebody
at you,
forgot to cut it off.
Is it?
I love what
Remember
happened.
those
You ever
days?
had
Hell
one of those?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
still on.
man, when you get lost in the sauce, like,
Yeah.
man, he in corporate somewhere.
Yeah. And
Is it international too?
It's international.
Oh, you can burn that thing
Oh,
up.
man,
I'm burning it up.
You probably done
We
hit them
good.
from over $1 million
Hey,
already.
so by now,
Easy
'cause
call.
That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's easy
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Because they had hit you. Wasn't your bill like $6,000 to $9,000?
It was like $9,000. I was going for like 10 days. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So yeah, you probably
I got active
Damn.
on Twitter, and they respond. T-Mobile got right at me, at the game.
I heard that.
At the
DM,
game.
yeah, hit us.
You was like, all right,
That's
all right.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know when you still want to argue, but you're like, man, this is good.
That's why I love T-Mobile, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, man. And that's why I love them also, man. You know?
Yeah.
Hello. Man, Game, definitely want to thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. Don't forget.
Appreciate
Oh,
you.
and you got a show tonight also, man.
Yeah, I got a show at the
Hello.
Observatory, man. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
doing? I'm gonna do something that I've never done before in my entire career. Is I'm gonna
Billie Jean.
Nah, but I'm gonna shake. I'm shaking hands on the way in the door. So
So you coming in through the front door?
I'm gonna be at the front door when you get there.
Hilarious.
Get outta
It's
here,
just
bro.
like, if you want to Snapchat, you know what I'm saying, make it quick, but I'm gonna meet everybody before we get in, because I'm gonna make sure that the energy at this show is 100. So when Game meets you tomorrow at the show, number one, you get to meet Game before.
The show is tonight, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
the show is tonight. My bad, I'm off. All
Hello.
right? You know what?
You would have been like, man, nobody showed up to my
you
show.
know what? Sometimes, the day after my show, I sing Jodeci in the shower. That's what I was talking
There it
about.
is. Okay.
No one's invited to that one.
Okay, hello.
But the one tonight, man, I'm gonna chop it up with my fans for a minute, man, and then we're gonna go in, and then we're gonna have a good time.
There it is right there, man. That's the Observatory, man. Make sure y'all go see Game tonight. And don't forget also, man, it's like your night. A&E tonight,
Yes.
man. Streets of Compton. Make sure y'all check that out, man. A&E tonight, Streets of Compton. And that's at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Game, once again, pleasure.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Easy call. That's Game up in here, Big Boy
Big
Neighborhood.
Boy.